Good morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever you watch this. I am Francesca Amato, and I am the owner of Punish for Protecting Incorporated, but I'm also the author of the federal bill that will affect every state court across the nation called the Family Justice and Accountability Act. And I know you've been waiting. We just got back from DC. Some are still leaving, some are still there, and we're heading back. I do something on my Facebook page called From the Desk of Francesca Amato, Punished for Protecting. And I would just like to read it to you all today. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm pretty exhausted. I got my hair in a bun. I'm wearing a t-shirt, but I'm working from home today. And it's nice to be home. So from the desk of Francesca Amato, Punished for Protecting Incorporated. I am so sorry that this is so long, but I promise you that it is worth the read. And you can read it on my page, Francesca Amato Banfield, or Francesca Amato. And I am responsible to those of you that are working so hard and filled with so much joy and hope. You're either working with us, alongside us, or just in your own individual cases to help your families get out of this terrible system. And forgive me for not focusing on you. I am reading. I promise you that this is worth reading every line in this message today. There was a woman back in 2018. She calls herself Red. She targeted me back, and she was never my client. I have a laundry list of successful clients, and we have a database, so we keep track of them with accountability over each and every person that is our actual client. Remember, I have a team, and it's the same team for years. Anyway, she was never a part of my team, and she goes on ongoing lives that go on continuously with a group of them. I don't pay rent to them, so I don't know why they have me in their head so long, but I believe there were 8 of them last night, and she was on with them targeting me with nonstop lies, as were the others. You know, the devil is a liar, so he can't do anything but lie. But the funniest thing about it was, she was telling a woman that I used her for her beauty. I guess I don't have my own beauty. Now, my opinion, everyone is beautiful, and I truly believe God's creation is beautiful. But you wouldn't look at this woman and think, she's beautiful, let's use her for her beauty. It is absolutely hysterical when you hear these lies. They just get more and more twisted and distorted. Meanwhile, I don't know how or why I would have to use anyone for their beauty. My platform was blown up. I didn't need to use anyone. She claims that I heard her case and I had her children taken or her child taken. But when she came to me, her child was already gone, long gone. She was just trying to latch onto my platform because of the tremendous success I had. She, again, was never my client, so I didn't do anything to harm her case because her case was already harmed. Now, fast track to 2025, where we have the Family Justice and Accountability Act. After bashing me over and over again and making crazy videos about me back in 2018, she had the audacity to come to me asking to join this movement. With that, my response was, "You have audacity," and I blocked her. I mean, who in their right mind would open the door to someone who is a constant harasser and targeted me relentlessly, making vile and crazy videos about me? So that upset her because I wouldn't let her back in to cause more harm. So now she gang stalks me with the rest of these people that have nothing better to do with their lives. They are literally terrified of the Family Justice and Accountability Act passing because they know that it's constitutional and that it will protect children from ongoing abuse in family court. So they keep twisting and distorting and making up more and more lies. But I have to admit, out of all the lies that I have been told about me, this one was the funniest of all. Now, these people have contacted the Congress members that we're working so hard with, and we've been so blessed to be in with, and have had private meetings with even during a government shutdown. This is why we have had to keep the Congress members confidential. I know that the Lord worked out everything that we did on this trip for our good. Excuse me. I know that I had to make the right decision by keeping Congress members private and confidential, and now we have to be on complete and total lockdown with everything we do from this point forward. Unfortunately, we cannot share with the public because we have some trolls that are gang stalking us. Please look up this term if you don't understand it. They are contacting those that we're working with. They are also contacting our partners. Our partners and Congress members are directed to not give out any information. It is the best thing to do, and it is using tremendous wisdom. There have been previous bills that have been under this type of attack, and Congress members will button up their lips. After all, this is not their first rodeo either. It's unfortunate that we have to keep things private. But just know this and be very encouraged. We have successfully accomplished everything that we went to do in Congress in Washington, D.C., even during this government shutdown. And we could not have our congressional hearing room, not our congressional hearing. We're people. We're not Congress members. Congressional hearing room that you cannot rent. You have to have a sponsor. And I did. That was contracted to us. The Lord still moved miraculously. They are also contacting our partners. Now, there's a LULAC video where I'm in LULAC with a double meeting room and a luxurious luxury lounge that I was given by LULAC, our partner. But we apparently weren't there either. It's a mirage. It's in our head. Anyway, they are also contacting our partners, and they're doing everything they can, infiltrating as much as possible. The best thing that all of you can do is if you are reached out by these people, delete and block. We are going to continue to delete and block ourselves. We do our very best to not engage with these people, as other reputable influencers are going through the same problems. We are all documenting because there are federal protections and laws for this type of obsessive targeting of individuals. And of course, there is written and electronic violations and protections under the law for defamation, libel, and slander. They are very good at baiting and switching. What do I mean by that? They will come and attack you. They will publicly make videos and posts about you. You will have nothing to do with them ever, or maybe you've talked to them or not talked to them at all. And when you respond and defend themselves, they will claim that you are threatening them. Hoovering, flying monkeys, distortions. But the proof is in the evidence of the dates where they began harming you from the very beginning. And that is why documentation is everything. I agree with any of you that give advice to just ignore them. This is probably going to be a part 2, guys. Or don't waste your time talking about them. And trust me when I tell you, we do our very best to do that. However, we do owe the public a reasonable explanation as to why we can't publicly tell you things anymore. Or that we must defend our integrity and our character when we are constantly being slaughtered and lied about by these lost individuals. So, you see, we are not being secretive because there's something wrong with what we're doing here. We want to be public with the information. We just can't be. The Bible says, do not tell your right hand what your left hand is doing. And that is very wise advice. I want to thank you for supporting us. We love you, and this is why we do what we do. You do not make money on a bill. This costs us money. This costs us time. This costs us time away from our families. This costs us financially as we have to travel, get Airbnbs or hotels. Some people have to pay to have their animals or their children watched. This is all sacrifice. So to be clear, again, you do not make money on a federal bill. Now, I have only 2 minutes to speak this. If I can't finish, go to part 2. I want to let you know that if there's anything that you hear and you do have a question, I am extremely approachable. I am in high demand, but I do attempt between myself and my schedule to answer any questions as long as they're not attacking me and you genuinely would like an answer. I'll give you an example. Career politicians are going to tell you that this is a state issue and the bill won't pass. They are absolutely wrong. Career politicians who are very corrupt will give you this pat answer. You have heard these answers, and this is very important, so go to part 2. You have heard these answers before when you go to places that are supposed to be there to help you. They'll tell you that it's not their jurisdiction. For example, the Committee on Judicial Conduct. They'll tell you it's not their jurisdiction, but it is their jurisdiction, and it's on their website, and it clearly says that that's their authority and their jurisdiction. These are pet answers to not fix these problems because they are part of the problem. So when someone tells you it's a state issue and this bill will never pass, they are giving you a career politician's corrupt answer. And I have more to say about this, so please go to part 2. I will do it right directly following this video because you need to understand how, even though these are state courts, the federal bill will protect you in each state. And so don't listen to career politicians that try to tell you differently. Right now, every state runs its own family court system with different rules and little to no accountability. That's why families are being treated unfairly and inconsistently, depending on where they live. By creating a federal law, the Family Justice and Accountability Act, Congress can set clear national standards that every state must follow. Please go to part 2 so I can tell you the rest of this, what I posted today from the desk of Francesca Amato. Very important that you go to part 2. God bless you. Love you all.